Strictly Come Dancing celebs and their pro dancers blew us away once again on Saturday night with some incredible performances. While John and Johannes wowed with a bakery-themed Charleston, Rose and Giovanni caught our attention with a fiery Viennese waltz, and AJ and Kai had smouldering chemistry during their Argentine tango. So Leanne, week 5, it was so good. The competition is getting, I feel like the standards are high now.
It's amazing. I love Saturday night. It was so good. I've got my sequins on. I've got my glitter ball for this special day. But it was so good. The best show.
And honestly, the chemistry between some of the couples was just unbelievable.
Oh my God. AJ's dance with Kai, like sizzling hot, like wanted to rewind it. It was so good. Oh, brilliant.
Well, we are very fortunate to be joined by someone who knows all about doing an iconic Argentine tango. Please welcome the magical Debbie McGee. Welcome to the show. We're so delighted to have you.
Oh, well, I'm delighted to be here with you.
And how have you been finding Strictly? Obviously, you were on the show in 2017. Have you been watching it every year since?
Yes, and I'm absolutely loving this year's series. It's, got everything. I think the balance of people is right. Their partnerships all seem to be really good. I think the right people so far have gone out, although I've been so sad to lose them.
You were on it on Saturday as well, Debbie.
I know, that was a real shock, actually.
Perfect timing for Monday's guest.
Yeah, wasn't it for you? Yes, my Argentine tango was my favourite dance. It was the one dance I did, and I came off the floor thinking I couldn't have done that any better. All the others, I'm very critical.
It was incredible.
Of myself. So I was thrilled that they showed a bit, and I can remember the week I learnt the Argentine tango. They all say, oh, it's a marvellous Blackpool ballroom. It's not. It's because it's a huge party and everybody's away together for the weekend. And I can remember going in on the Monday morning without an ounce of energy, and my brain wouldn't work. And it was a really tough first day that Monday. But of course, the week got better, and of course we had a great Saturday night.
And obviously, AJ and Kai did their Argentine tango this weekend, and their chemistry was just like crazy.
Yeah,
lovely. Do you think there's a bit of romance going there? Do you think, can you believe it when you hear that there might be sparks between the celebs and their dancing pros?
I think when you have a good partner that you get on with and it's working, you have a sparkle anyway, because the whole show is so uplifting. And everybody on that show wants you to be the best you can be. And I'm not necessarily talking about romance. It's about true friendship, actually, because the partners really look after you. And I had met Kai before he joined Strictly, because he's been in quite a lot of Giovanni's live shows, touring shows. So I've met him lots of times. So I knew that he was really good. And I also know he's a really, really nice guy. And, that's what's so clever about Strictly. These pros aren't booked just for their dancing ability. They're booked because they are a special type of person, because they're stars in their world before they join Strictly. And then they have to take a back seat to make their celeb be the star of the show. And, when you're a person that's used to being number one, that's actually quite a hard thing to do.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Your talent off, you're showing your partner's talent off. And my partner, Giovanni, he is particularly clever at that. And I think he really he's a great choreographer with good ideas, but he actually really understands what his partner can cope with and won't ever give you something that's too hard.
Leanne and I were saying earlier that you are one of the people, one of the only people lucky enough to have danced with Giovanni, and he's like, the chemistry of that man is amazing. I mean, have you guys stayed in touch? And how was it dancing with him?
Yeah, I mean, I think Giovanni and I really have this very special friendship. And when I was doing the program, he kept saying, this is the best time of my life. We really had something quite special, because very quickly, by about the second day, and by the time I did Strictly, I'd probably done 2,000 TV shows in my life, and I'd worked around the world. And Giovanni was very young, he was 27. It was his third year on the program, but I immediately picked up on that he really knew his job. We really understood that, you're playing a role. So in the Argentine Tango, you've got to be passionate, you've got to be breathy. And those moments that we saw with Kai and AJ on Saturday, where their faces, they're breathing on each other.
Yeah.
And yes, if you fancy somebody, it's wonderful. but if you're a movie star, you have to make your viewers, believe that you're really in love with somebody. And that's what you have to do on Strictly. Giovanni and I used to laugh because our fans on Twitter and everything would always say, oh, I hope they get together and this, that and the other. I am older than his mother. That was never going to happen. But we did have a great respect for each other, and we understood the acting within all the dances. So, I was just happy that people could believe that we actually could match each other like that. And I think that's what's coming through with Kai and AJ. Who knows whether there's any romance there, but I think that there is a great chemistry between them. And I think there's quite a lot of chemistry between quite a few of the partners this year.
Definitely.
I mean, AJ's dance was the one that I wanted to rewind. It was the one where I was like, I need to watch that again. It was so good, but I love that dance anyway. And I remember when you danced it, Debbie, and I was like, oh my God, it's amazing. It's just such a brilliant, showstopper of a dance, isn't it?
The chemistry, her great long legs are just to die for, aren't they?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and the costume was so beautiful. And Kai really suited that outfit as well. I just think there was so many things that worked. And I really try to be unbiased about Giovanni, but I do think that Saturday night's dance with Rose, that was amazing. Very clever concept. Everything about it was right, showing her acting talent. And I really do think they have got a fantastic chemistry together. So, but, I'm loving everybody. I love Sarah with Aliash. I think she's improved so much. Yeah, you could talk about everybody. We haven't got time, but yeah, fabulous.
I was about to ask who your favourite is to win the whole thing.
I haven't got one yet.
No.
Obviously, I'm always biased. I want Giovanni to win one of these days. But I think it's quite a hard thing. And I think that from this week, it's going to be really tough who goes. Because I don't think there's anybody that's weaker. I love watching Tom Fletcher, I've loved watching everybody. But, now who's left really are at a standard. So, yeah, it's really going to be us sitting on the edge of our seats every week, isn't it? To see who's going to go, because none of them will deserve to go from now on.
Thank you so much for joining us for our latest Strictly Insider. Please leave your comments below. We love hearing from you. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will see you next week. Bye.